Ladies and gentlemen, Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do,
Just what to do, just what to do.
if what you're feeling is really true,
Is it really true? Is it really true?
just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geri Petito Show. Everyone and anyone who knows me knows I am the author of I'm Not an Addict, I'm Just an Ass. I'd rather be a smartass than a dumbass. Because, guys, almost 34 years ago now, I was a dumbass. But today, almost 34 years later, I can honestly say now, through the grace of God, I'm a smartass. Yes, the word ass is in the Bible at least 40 times, and it means donkey, and that's what I was. I'm saying all that to say this. There's a lot of people out there still struggling. I'm a health coach, and I'm a nutritional health coach, and I'm a recovery coach. All my services to you are free. Please, please reach out. And I want to let everybody out there know someone is listening, because I know a lot of people are struggling with addiction. If you think my book can help someone, because I sure do, you can go right to Simon & Schuster's bookstore, Archway Publishing, BAM, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and you can go to my website, www.geripetito.com, and please subscribe to the Geri Petito Show YouTube channel. I want to give a shout out to a few of my sponsors before I introduce my incredible guest. Okay. Stormin Norman Selden, 732-245-4777, www.storminnormanselden.com, booking dozens of attractions for concerts and performances on venues of all sizes. He's got from a 5 to a 12-piece band, guys. His band is incredible. And Norman is an amazing pianist, keyboardist. Oh, my goodness. And a lot of people don't know this, but he helped get Larry Chance from the Earls started back in the day. Remember the song, Remember Then? Rest in peace, Larry. We love and miss you. Ken Ryan and Linda Garofalo, The Way It Used to Be, singing songs from the 50s to the 80s, a tribute show to the greatest music and voices of all time. And Ken also does Elvis for me. And this couple, they do so many fundraisers. They are just two beautiful people inside and out, and I love them both. Then I've got John Bishop, a.k.a. Johnny B., singer-songwriter, host of the Entertainment Luncheon South, a nonprofit network created for the creative. His Facebook group page, Entertainment Lunch South. He's the partner in the Joey D and Johnny B Rockin' Oldies band. And you know what, guys? I want to give a shout-out to him and his wife, Linny, because they do this every single month, this luncheon. It's called the Entertainment Luncheon. And they do it once a month, and it's by invite only. And they don't keep a penny. They charge $20 at the door. You get lunch and incredible entertainment. People have even flown in to entertain there. Okay? So they're amazing, and I want to give a huge shout out to them as well. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, guys. So now, without further ado, I want to introduce my really cool guest, okay? Lisa Polizzi, say hello to everyone.
Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing today? Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. You know, well, first of all, before I get into my nonsense with you, tell everyone a little bit about yourself.
Let's see. So I live on Long Island here in New York.
Yep.
I've been singing almost all my life. I started entering talent shows and street fairs, stuff like that in my teen years. Then around 2010, I started doing a solo thing in restaurants. And then in 2012, I joined my first band ever. And then a year later, I formed my own cover band. And so that's still going since 2013. And then in 2017, I started the Janis Joplin tribute band.
So, all right. I'm a huge Janis Joplin fan. All right. So you're too young to be a Janis Joplin. Okay, tell us how that started for you.
So yes, she was before my time. So I was actually singing at a family party. It was I think it was my nephew's baptism party or something like that. And my brother, his coworkers were there, and one of them came up to me, and I was actually singing, a whole variety of stuff, singing like, Whitney Houston and stuff like that, because that's what I was into at the time, Whitney and Mariah. And he came up to me and he's like, "You remind me of Janis Joplin." And he's like, "Do you know who she is?" I said, "Well, I heard the name before." And he's like, "I want you to get her greatest hits CD." And he goes, "I want you to listen to Bobby McGee first and then listen to the rest." So that's what I did. Had my mom bring me to Walmart. And I was like so hooked. She's been my favorite ever since that moment. I couldn't even believe what I was hearing.
So you just gave your age away, how young you are, because you didn't even really know who she was. That is so funny to me. So, I mean, I listen, I always say I was born too late because I'm 63. I was born in 61. And, my favorite music is oldies, doo-wop, Elvis. But Janis was always one of my favorite females of all time. And I got to tell you something. Your music is amazing.
Oh,
Okay.
thanks.
I've checked a lot out, and let me tell you something, girl. You are really good, and I think you could sing the stupid phone book. That's a stupid expression, but I mean it. Okay. So now, before I have a couple of her songs, we're gonna play for you guys. Okay. But before we do any of that, so growing up, okay, let me ask you this. Other than like what you just talked about and learning about Janis, who else did you love growing up?
My first love of music was Elvis Presley.
I love you more. Okay.
He was all over my walls when I was 5.
So tell us how.
My mom was a huge Elvis fan, and when I was so little, and I remember when she told me he wasn't alive, like I was thinking this guy still existed at that point. But again, he was before my time, before I was born. And I remember breaking down crying when I found out he wasn't here anymore. And she would take me to go see Elvis impersonators. So a 7-year-old me going to see Elvis tribute artists.
You and I never talked about that. I would never have known that. Wow. So I'll share a couple Elvis things with you live. So I never got to meet him, but I have the ticket. My mom finally said I could go. I was 16, and I was going with an aunt who already met him, hugged him, kissed him, and seen him live in Vegas. Wait, Ruben, there's some reverb with me as well. Bear with us, guys. 1 second. There's something going on. Let's see. Let's see. Is that better? I think that's better. Thanks, Ruben. We have our incredible guy here, my tech guy, one of the owners of Hamilton Radio, Ruben. He does everything. He's amazing. All right. So I have the Elvis ticket framed in my Elvis poker room because I never got to go because he passed away. So I got to be interviewed by George Klein at Graceland. It's still happening, Ruben. Something weird is going on. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry for the tech issues. Is it on her end, do you think, where...
I hear like a crackling, yeah.
Yeah, I think... You know what's happening? I know. Her phone, they're hearing what you're hearing going through your phone. All right. Just let's bear with it, guys. Okay, we can't control that right now, and it's okay. We'll be all right. All right, here we go. So anyway, I got interviewed by George Klein at Graceland years ago, and I got to interview Elvis Presley's nurse Marion years ago, who also wrote the book, and she's still alive and doing well, guys. Just keep her in prayer. She's in her 90s. And girl, are you ready? Did you ever hear of Elvis Aaron Presley Jr.? Did you ever hear of him?
What's the name?
Elvis Aaron Presley Jr.
No.
That is his son. He's got the court documents they sent me and everything. He is my age. He looks just like his dad at 63 years old. Sounds just like his father. You got to Google him.
Wow.
I just interviewed Deborah Presley Brando, Elvis's first daughter. Absolutely. And she was,
Wow.
yep, she has his name as well. So we could talk off the air about that, but just tell your mom that because of the Elvis connection. Okay?
Oh,
So now, back to you. So, so growing up, all right, with the music that was then and now, do you ever sing contemporary music as well, current music?
I sing some current music. I think I'm just an old soul. Like even when I first started singing, when my mom heard I could sing, um, she bought me this karaoke machine and she bought me all the backing tracks and everything that she bought me. I made myself learn. So, but what she bought me was Elvis and Connie Francis and Brenda Lee and the Shirelles
Okay.
and Buddy Holly. So this is the stuff that I started singing when I started singing.
That's pretty cool.
Was the older stuff.
Do you ever sing Elvis songs?
Yes.
I wish
do.
I knew all this. I would have had you send me one of them. All right, let me ask you something. I'm going to put you on the spot here. If you say no, I understand. Do you ever sing a cappella? Could you give us a few lines of an Elvis song?
Sure.
All right.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't falling in love with you.
You just made my day, girl. Thank you for that. I mean it. Oh, thank you for that. So, all right. So now let me ask you, have you ever had vocal lessons?
Have I had vocal lessons? No.
Okay. Self-taught. What about
Yeah.
instruments? Do you play any instruments?
No, I never had the patience with myself.
I don't blame you.
I had a keyboard player. I never really keyboard. I never took to it. I was a music major in high school for a little bit, and I never took to any of the instruments. I just was so focused on singing.
And
I
good.
think because singing, it felt so natural to me. It's not something I had to learn. It's just something I just started doing at like the age of 6. I was singing.
That's so cool. I love that. All right, cool. Now let me ask you this. Have you written any songs?
What's that?
Have you written any songs?
I've dabbled. When I was like 10 years old, I started like writing stuff. It's just just on paper.
Okay.
Since I can't accompany myself, there's no way for me to really do anything with them. And I mean, I'm sure they're not hits anyway. They're just they were written for myself.
Okay. So why don't we give everybody a little thrill here? So producer, let's play one of the songs and then you'll talk about it, okay? Let's start there.
You just don't know why. But you know, and I always be around. If you ever want me, come on and run, baby. Honey, welcome back honey, ain't nobody gonna love you the way I tried to do. Oh, take all your pain in your heart. truck. On the road, don't any Kathmandu. You can go all around the world trying to find some good your line band. When you only got to do one thing well, you only got to do one thing well to make it a swear band. You got one way for it. Well, all you ever gonna do is be a good man one time to one woman, and then at the end of the road, babe, I know you got more tears to shed, babe. So come on, come on, come on, come on, come on and cry, and if you ever feel lonely, dear, I want you to come on home to Mama Dog and let all tears say, oh, so baby, 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 baby,
First of all, Lisa, that's amazing. The way you hear it and the way they're hearing it is different, okay? It sounds perfect out there because I know I've been told a lot of times by the singers it didn't sound right to you on Zoom, but it's perfect.
Figuring it probably sounds different on the air.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's perfect. So now listen, first of all, that was insane. That was ridiculous. That was off the freaking charts, okay? Especially for a Janis fan. Tell us about that. Come on.
But the Crybaby?
Yes.
It is one of my favorites. I love the energy of that song. That one and Ball and Chain, I think, are my two favorites to perform as far as the ones that have some, power to them. But I also love the ballads, like a Woman Left Lonely and stuff like that. It's hard to pick a real favorite. But as far as performing them, that's one of my favorites.
That's my favorite song, though, by her. That is my favorite one. Oh, my gosh. Amazing. You are really good. Like,
Thank you.
I mean, I hope you know that. Like, what do you think about the way you sound when you listen to your music?
I've definitely, as I've been doing it more, I feel like I'm embodying her more so.
Yep.
I listened to when I first started the band. I mean, also, it takes a strong structure to be behind you too. So when I first started the band, I was a little shaky ground. I was going through players in the beginning. They were in, they were out, that kind of a thing. So I didn't have much consistency. So I think finally when I got the lineup I have now and they were tight, I think I was able to sing more without thinking and just really let myself go in it, just as Janis would. Just be in the moment, not overthink anything, know that they got my back if I'm going off somewhere else, because not every show is the same. And even Janis, there's so many different versions of all the songs, all these different live, and I try to include all the different live things like Crybaby and the live thing. I go into this whole thing about, the satin sheets and the fur skin rug on top. I go into all of that in the live performances, which is really fun, and the crowd likes it.
So, do you have your own band? Is that what, same people? You have your own band?
Yes, so I have first I have my cover band, which is all anything but Janis. And then the Janis Joplin tribute, which I started 7 years ago, that's totally different musicians than my other band.
So you have two bands. What are the names of both your bands?
So the cover band is simply just the Lisa Polizzi band.
Yep.
And then the Janis Joplin Experience.
Right.
It's pretty simple.
Okay. And what made you use different people for both bands?
Because my cover band at the time, the musicians I had, they weren't interested in doing it. I would have loved the convenience of having just one band do everything, but it just didn't happen that way.
Okay, okay. So, let's play your next song. We have another song, so we'll play that one, and then we're going to talk about this one as well.
Okay.
Just looking out at the rain. Sitting down by my window, just looking out at the rain. Someone came along, grabbed a hold of me, and it felt like a falling thing. Yeah, all right. And I say, oh, now honey, this can't breathe, says love's got a hold on me, baby. Feel like a ball chain. Love's got a hold on my daddy. Like a ball chain. Well, I want somebody to tell me why every man I love, he leaves me so hard today. And I say, oh, now honey, tell me why, tell me why. Tell me why. looking out the rain. Out the rain. Someone came along with a horn and it felt like a ball and chain. Oh, all right. And I say, oh, 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 now honey, it ain't fair, it ain't fair. What do you do? It ain't fair. And I say, oh, now honey, tell me why, tell me why. Tell me why. Won't somebody tell me why my love is like? It's like a ball. Oh, daddy, daddy, daddy. In a
Come on, girl. Tell us about this incredible song.
So that song has actually become very special to me. What was it? In April, I sang that at the Apollo Theater, which has been a dream to me to even be on that stage. So I went with that song. Great crowd reception. They loved it. The Apollo loved it. So I'm back there in September. September 4th, I'm going to be back there at the Apollo Theater. It's called Amateur Night at the Apollo. It's the longest running talent competition in history. It's going 90 years now. So you think about all the people that have been on that stage, all the ones that rubbed the stump when they got on the stage. It's like so much history. So that song is like, because I sang it there, I guess not like a special thing for me now. Even though it was like my favorite before that, you know, it was one of my Janis favorites, but being that I performed it there, it made it more special.
It's amazing. Amazing.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so give us another little treat, a cappella of you, your voice.
Of my voice, singing anything?
Anything.
Let me see. Okay. If I should stay, I would be your way. So I go, but I know I think of you every step of the way. And
Lisa, okay, that's good, Lee. Lee, stop singing because now it's going out. We don't hear it, but we did hear it. It was beautiful. Yeah, something just happened. It stopped, but that was beautiful. You really have an incredible voice, girl.
thanks so much.
I mean, and
There's
the
a lot of
Apollo.
me being in my room growing up. My mom called me a hermit.
Amazing.
I didn't really go out with friends. I just sang in my room for a couple hours a day.
And look,
after
now,
school.
now at the Apollo, man. Amazing.
Yeah.
So tell us
Yep.
the names of all your band members.
All the band members? Okay, so in the Lisa Polizzi band, Rob Bambach, or Bombach, is my guitar player. Paul Ranieri is on bass, and Claudio Galinsky is my drummer. So that's my cover band. My Janis band is Michael Assessi on the guitar. Rick Wolanski on the drums, Rick Thomas on the bass, Stu Lieberman on keys.
You guys
So-
are incredible.
Thank
They
you
are.
so much.
They really are. So you're very lucky. I mean, it's amazing. So Lisa,
I'm a very lucky girl. I mean, they say, like, when I first started singing with musicians, all I heard was you gotta be your own worst player. You gotta be with people who are better than you so that you become better. And the biggest compliment to me as a singer, I believe, is that these guys, they are so pro. All of them, in my opinion, are better than me, which makes me better. So it's a big compliment to me that they even work with me.
listen, no, it's a compliment to all of you together that you're working with each other because you are off the charts, so are they. All right? I'm
Oh.
sorry. That's how I see it. All right?
Thank,
Oh my gosh, I love your voice. All right?
Oh,
Yes.
thank you so much.
Oh my gosh. All right. So now, Lee, how can people get in touch with you and how can they get your music?
So I do have two personal pages on Facebook. Both are Lisa Polizzi. So you'll see two. One, Facebook, you reach a max at 5,000. So then you can't, so I didn't want to like keep myself from friending people and I didn't want to unfriend anybody. So I created a second one. So I have two personal accounts. Then the JANIS band, you just look up the JANIS Joplin Experience starring Lisa Polizzi. There's a Facebook page for that. There's vids of both bands on my YouTube. My YouTube is Pearly Rose. The Lisa Polizzi band is LPB-Lisa Polizzi band. I also have Instagram, which I promote everything, Lisa_Polizzi. I haven't used Twitter in a while, whatever it's called X now. I haven't used that in a while, but that was Lisa Polizzi band, one word, but I haven't really been on that one. I do have a website, which I have to update it. So that hasn't been updated in quite a few. Somebody was hosting it for me and now I need to like get control of it so I could do stuff on it myself because they kind of let it go on me. So the best way would be Facebook, I guess, or email, the Echo Pearl at AOL.com, TheEchoPearl@AOL.com.
Beautiful. Now, we have a few minutes left. I want you to take the mic and talk about anything, tell everybody anything you want them to know.
Anybody that wants to pursue music or whatever your life stream is, I say go for it. I know it seems like not realistic to be successful in music, but I really believe if you make it your ambition. I mean, even Janis Joplin said it herself. It really comes down to, there's so many talented people. It comes down to who wants it more. It really is about ambition. Having that focus where nothing's going to get in your way. No chatter from people like, oh, you need a backup plan. Honestly, my backup plan was to be a mother, and I got to do that. I just took a break from singing to be a mom for a little bit until, she was old enough and I could go out and do my thing again. But so I did my backup plan. I got to do both things that I wanted to do in life, and to make a living at it, I probably gig about at least 5 days a week between the Janis Joplin, the cover band. I still do my solo thing in restaurants where I sing to tracks.
Oh, okay.
And I host 2 open mic nights a week too, where I bring other people up to do their thing, and I encourage other singers, and I kind of like take them under my wing, and so that's cool too, like giving back the way people did for me.
That's really cool. So you said you're a mom?
Yes.
How
I won't
old?
give her age, but
Okay, but does
she's old enough to take care of us.
But does she like singing?
She does, but she's I wouldn't say. I was shy growing up too. She's shy in a different way. I mean, like once she goes out, she'll socialize, but she's a homebody like I was. She's kind of a little introverted. She's starting more to sing more. Like at first for a while, she's like, oh, I don't want attention, but I did get her to come to a couple of my mic nights, and she got up there fearlessly and
beautiful.
And sang. I was so proud of her.
Beautiful. All right, so I'm going to read a poem out of my book now.
Okay.
And it's about something you were talking about just now. Like, it's got to be ambition. It's got to be something you want. So this one is called Utilizing Gifts and Talents, because I believe everyone has something to offer.
Me too.
Okay. And I believe that a lot of people don't know their worth, and they feel like, right, they don't have anything to offer, which is not true, guys. So if you're out there listening and you're struggling with that, listen to every single word of this poem I wrote, because you all have something to offer, but you have to get out there and figure out what it is. Here we go, guys, okay? Utilizing gifts and talents. We are born with talents, we are born with drive, with different gifts to help us thrive. I knew early on I was born to draw and paint, to also write poetry, and to talk without restraint. Our gifts and talents should all be used, God's gift to us not be abused. We can go far in life for sure, using our gifts to go on tour, like this lady does. All our talents should be used to create ourselves and more, but then our job's to share them to even up the score, like this lady does. You see, in life what's needed is not just for ourselves. Once our gifts are mastered, take them off the shelves. A living we can make by spreading them around, not just for the money, but to spread a peaceful sound. Don't take for granted the gifts you're given. Go out and spread the joy. Our gifts are not to be held back for us to self-destroy. Put your efforts forth. Do not hesitate. All your talents, my friend, are never second rate. Never hold them back or you will surely die. Maybe not in body, but your soul will cry. Our gifts were made to share, our talents made to soar. Go through life enlightened, and then you can roar. Be proud of who you are. Be happy you're alive. Once again, my friend, your gifts will help you thrive. By putting efforts forth, not keeping them at bay, your name, Lisa Polizzi, baby, will live forever, forever and a day. So go through life excited for what you sure can give. To yourself and others is our reason to live. Our grave will be quite lonely, but our legacy lives on. Make sure people smile with the breaking dawn. And that's what you're doing, girl. You are making people smile.
Beautiful.
You are making people smile. So, wow. So,
And they make me smile. When we had that whole shutdown with the pandemic, I thought it was the end of the world. If I couldn't sing, that was it. I was miserable. I mean, and then music became incidental. So my thought was, I'm going down doing what I love. And everybody that was there, I guess they were all willing to take the risk too. I mean, they weren't allowed to get up out of their seats. You had to sit down with a mask, but
Right.
at least I was able to do my thing.
Right.
Because I would have went into such a depression if I really waited it out until things fully opened up. It was just an insane, scary time.
well, you know what, Lisa, what you said makes sense, because a lot of people were doing a lot of concerts in their living rooms and sharing
I
them.
did
And
that too, yes.
yeah, people needed it. I remember, because I do a lot of lives. I go to shows and I'll do lives for people on Facebook. And during the pandemic, I'll never forget this. A woman messages me and says, Geri, thank you for that live. I'm in the hospital, and my nurse held my phone and propped it so I could see the live of the music. Music was saving lives. That's what it was doing. So Lisa, we're getting ready to close the show. I want to first of all say thank you to you for honoring me today. You feel free to email me any more of your MP3s. If you want Hamilton Radio to play your music, we will be honored. Let me know. Your music is awesome. Guys, please share this show. And it will also be on iHeartRadio next week, either Tuesday or Wednesday night, and I'll let you know when, and I'll share the ad with you. You're just incredible and amazing to me. Take the mic and say anything you want to your fans out there listening.
Oh, wow, my fans, I love them so much, and I'm meeting more, not just locally. I'm branching out to other states, and everybody's just so welcoming. I mean, they also have a love for JANIS, and that's my main goal. There could be naysayers, and I agree. There'll never ever be another JANIS, but there'll never be another me either. But I love being able to connect with her fans, bring them back to that time, because maybe they were at Woodstock, maybe they saw her at the ballroom or whatever, and I bring them back to that time, and I see nothing wrong with that. I'm not trying to be her.
Nope.
So I just feel so much love for them. Like they know I'm me. Like I don't walk around thinking I'm JANIS.
No.
they know I'm me, but they feel like this essence. They feel like Janis is there. I feel Janis is there. I mean, when I perform my two different bands, there's certainly something different when I perform Janis that comes over me, and I just can't explain it. I don't know if it's like a channeling thing, or I know when I'm singing, I'm visualizing her in my head.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm watching the crowd too, and I'm reaching out to the crowd, but in my mind, I'm seeing Janis perform while I'm performing.
Yep.
And I think that's what's radiating through it. So it is kind of like her energy does come through.
Yes.
Because I'm visualizing. But if it wasn't for fans, I wouldn't be doing any shows. It just goes with the territory in music in general. You can book shows as much as your heart's content. And even if two people show up, yeah, I'm going to give them the best show, but that venue is not going to have me back.
Right.
You know, I can give them
Right.
the best performance of my life,
Right.
but bring two people, they're not bringing you back. So I appreciate everybody that comes and they're buying the tickets, or, you know, they're paying the door cover charge to come see us. They hold so much value. I don't even think they realize how important they are
Mm-hmm.
to me living my dream. They play such a role in that.
Well, I want to share with you something silly. So when I was asked to do radio, it was after my book was published in 2016. The original owner of Hamilton Radio, Doc G, he reached out and said, we want to interview you for my book, which they did. And then he says, you have a great radio voice. He said, please come on board. And I said no at first. And he bothered me for a month. And then I laughed because I was in trouble every day of my life in school, my whole life. You don't understand. I grew up in New York, Long Island City, and the report card said, she won't stop talking, she won't stop talking, she won't stop talking. They used to put me out in the hallways. Back in the day, we had the one desk and chair that was attached. They had one outside of every chair for the bad kid. I wasn't bad. All the teachers loved me, but I would be out there because I couldn't shut up. Then they'd have to bring me in because I'm screaming hello across the, you know, everybody's going to the bathroom. Hi. So listen, I started thinking about it and actually prayed about it. And I said, what am I, crazy? I can't shut up. This is what I've done my whole life. I have to go on radio. So I always laugh and say, if I didn't have listeners, I'd be talking to myself. So listen, you are amazing. I want to thank you. Where in Long Island, real quick, are you? Because Shirley, Long Island, I spent all my summers there.
Yep, that's where I grew up, in Shirley. Yes.
You grew up in Shirley. We're going to talk. Don't hang up after this is over. I'm going to call you. Okay, stay on Zoom once he ends it. I want to talk to you about that. Oh, my goodness. All right, so everybody, thank you from the bottom of my heart. She's amazing. Please check her out, get her music, all right, and share this video. And again, we'll be on iHeartRadio next week. Thank you, producer. Take us home.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Love's the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do.
Just what to do, just what to do.
If what you're feeling is really true.
Is it really true? Is it really true?
Just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Love's the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.